Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my show where I offer misguided advice about video games. Game of choice, Hearthstone. My name is Meerkat, and today is Friday, April 24th, 2015. Got the date correct. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the Tempo Mage deck. Now, this is a mage deck that has been around for about a month or so. I wanted to do a showcasing of it sooner, but, you know, life gets in the way, and so, long story short, here I am now a month later talking about this particular deck, which is quite fine indeed. Starting right off, we got 2 Mana Wyrms, 2 Flamecannons, 2 Frostbolts, and 2 Unstable Portals. Now pause. Right here, this is a great lineup for the Mana Wyrm. You got some removal, you've got some freeze, you've got some most likely early removal, if nothing else. And you've got Unstable Portal, which is a wonderful card, and it can also be quite a crappy card, but it does synergize with the Mana Wyrm. And then you've got 2 Sorcerer Apprentices to try to get those mana, to try to get those spell cards cost even less than they already are, as cheap as they are. You got 2 Mad Scientists for your secrets, which are Counterspell and Mere Entity, and 1 Kirin Tor Mage, so you've got 3 different minions that can combo up with these 3 different secrets right here. You've got 2 Fireballs, 1 Kezan Mystic, 2 Piloted Shredders for that kind of tempo getting into the middle portion of the game. You've got 2 Azure Drakes, another great middle of the game type card. You've got 1 Loatheb, 2 Sludge Belchers, which is going to be great against those aggro rush decks. You've got a Sylvanas Windrunner, a Dr. Boom because it's, well, you know, Dr. Boom, a Kel Thuzad, and a Ragnaros the Firelord. Let's go ahead and back out of here and go straight into a match, shall we? I am excited. Tomorrow I'm gonna go play some Hearthstone in a tournament at a bar. Going to the tournament tomorrow at the Copper Door, right next to Los Angeles, for those of you who don't live in California, and gonna be going with the group Blizzard at UCI, University of California Irvine, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Gonna be some prizes, gonna be some beer, gonna be some Hearthstone craziness going on, and a whole lot of me probably losing the game. Okay, so we're playing against a druid here. He could be a fatigue druid, he could be, I don't know. It could be whatever kind of druid. But the point is, what we want to mulligan here is not a Kezan Mystic. I feel like double Frostbolts is unnecessary, but since I do have the Mana Wyrm, I'm going to keep it. And I have a Fireball. What I could do is I could just try to go straight for face and do as much damage as I can, especially if he is indeed... You know what? What do I want to do here? Let's go ahead and, yeah, let's just go ahead and drop, yeah, let's throw down the Mana Wyrm. If he does a Wrath, then whatever, he does the Wrath next turn. I'll go ahead and just drop down the Mad Scientist. And indeed, it looks like he might be doing a Wrath, perhaps. Perhaps. What are you doing there with that card floating? Alright. Okay. He's having a very difficult time. Okay, so he is going to go ahead and do the Wrath, which I don't know why that was such a difficult decision. That would have been an easy no-brainer for myself. Now, what I could do here is I could coin into a Mere Entity, but probably the better play would be to just play the Mad Scientist. Now, if he innervates and drops down a big taunt card, which he didn't do, thank God, I would have been kicking myself. Okay, cool. So, we
have many secrets.
Let's just go in for the kill. I'm going in for the kill. I'm doing it for the thrill. I apologize. I used to be a singer in a former life. I'm most certain of it because I sing terribly this life. That's how it works, right? Whatever you did in the previous life that you were really well at, you are terrible in this life. So I must have been a kick-ass video gamer in my previous life because I suck at video games in this life. But I still have fun. I still have fun. Okay, so now we're going to be playing... Should I do it? We are playing a tempo deck. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Boom. Now, if he does go ahead and do the shapeshift and attack with his Harvest Golem and face into the piloted Shredder, I will be more than 100% okay with that. 110% okay with that. But it looks like he's not going to be doing that. It looks like he's going to be dropping down an Emperor Thesaurus. Thars. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it doesn't matter because I get a copy on my board. I have the power! Okay, so it looks like he's probably going to be trying to do some crazy Force of Nature Savage Roar earlier than he already could possibly be doing. Okay, so I'm just gonna... that feels good. And I'm just gonna... Am I gonna do it? Am I gonna do it? Am I gonna do it? Oh, I'm excited. Maybe I didn't do it the correct way, but it doesn't matter because now I has another entity, and if he decides to play something crazy, which okay, he's smart. He didn't do that this time. He didn't play a big crazy card. Well played, sir. Well played. You did the right thing. Wait a minute. You didn't do the taunt? When you know I'm whooping you? Could 9... Does he... He could possibly do Force of Nature Savage Roar. If that's a Force of Nature Savage Roar up there in his hand, he could drop it next turn. 14 points of damage, 18 points of damage, 20 points of damage, 24 points of damage would definitely kill me. So, with that being the case, let's just get rid of this craziness right here. Let's just, nope, just go bye-bye, go bye-bye, 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 freeze you up, uptown, freeze you up, uptown, freeze you up. Look at that. Oh, it's so beautiful. Okay, I'm quite excited. Tharisan? Is that how you pronounce it? Tharisan? Tharisan? I don't know. All I know, I win the video game. Okay, so bye-bye. Okay, cool. So there you go. That is the Tempo deck, and it went really well for me. So let me go ahead and back out of here and talk about a couple of things to think about when playing this type of deck. Yeah. Let's back out of here and go into Tempo. Okay, so Mana Wyrm, Flamecannon, Frostbolt, Unstable Portal, all excellent cards to be mulliganing for at the beginning of the game. Mad Scientist, Sorcerer's Apprentice as well. Probably all 6 of these different types of cards you go ahead and mulligan for. General rule of thumb, whenever you play this deck, no matter what class you're playing against, it's probably a safe bet to just shoot for 2 mana or below. It's not that you necessarily want to be playing very aggressive, but if you've got the cheap cards, you might as well shoot for them and try to play them as fast as you can to try to even that curve out. I mean, if you look at the curve here, which is non-existent, but you do have a lot of 2-cost cards, and then you've got some middle of the range 3, 4, and 5, and then you got some 6 and 7. So anyways, so definitely mulligan for those guys, probably in just about every single matchup that you play against. Counterspell, Mirror Entity, obviously you can combo it up with your Kirin Tor Mage or pull out a secret with your Mad Scientist. 2 Fireballs, excellent card for Surprise Burst, also a great card for removal. Kezan Mystic, I would recommend, if you don't want to play Kezan Mystic in the current meta that you're playing at, if a lot of people are not actually running a lot of secrets, you could probably swap this guy out for that gnome card that steals one of the dudes from your opponent who has 4 or more minions on the table. What the hell is his name? I can't remember it. Anyways, I would recommend swapping out for that card if you're playing against a lot of aggro type of decks. If you're playing against a lot of controlling type of decks, you could probably maybe play a Big Game Hunter, even though it's not the same card cost. Just some things to think about. The Kezan Mystic is probably one of your more flexible cards in this type of deck to swap out for. Same goes for your secrets. You know, if you're finding that you're playing against a lot of aggro type of decks, you know, Mirror Entity might, I don't know. I mean, if you end up copying a Noyotron because you're playing against a Mech Mage, you're gonna think like, damn it, that kind of sucks, right? But it actually might work in your favor because then maybe it might protect the Piloted Shredder who can survive an extra turn. I don't know. Anyways, Piloted Shredder, great card to have. Sticky card for board presence. Azure Drake works well for your Flamecannon, your Frostbolt, and your Fireball. And Sludge Belcher, obviously one of the great Naxxramas cards. Definitely good to have here. Loatheb, very good clutch card. Dr. Boom, Sylvanas Windrunner. Kel Thuzad actually can be amazing if you end up having this guy in either Dr. Boom or Sludge Belcher or Ragnaros the Firelord. Very fun card to have. Keep in mind your Unstable Portal. One thing that I always end up doing as a mistake is I always play my Unstable Portal towards the end. If you know you're going to be playing Unstable Portal, then play it at the beginning of your hand. 9 out of 10 times, that's probably the right thing to do. So if you're in doubt, probably just play it first, because you might get a really kick-ass card and be like 1 mana short that you spent on something else and be kicking yourself later. And that's about it. Yeah, that's the Tempo Mage deck, folks. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I'm going to have a lot of fun. And yeah, that's about it. Until next time, my name is Meerkat.